everyone. Welcome to the Yasin Schools podcast. My name is Chris Jacob. I'm an F1 in Schools alumni from 2017. And with me, I've got Zara Farooki. She's an F1 in Schools alumni of 2020, right?
Yes.
And she is a film student here at Middlesex University. We're here at the Yasin Circuit in the Yasin Schools Experience Center. So if you hear a little bit of, cars, that's totally normal here. But Zara, let's dive right into it. Thank you so much for being here with us. And before we move on, just your own words. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Zara Farooki. I have been a presenter at the Yasin Schools National Finals for the past 4 years, and I've also been a participant from 2016 to 2020. A long time, but I am happy to be here. Thank you, Chris, for having me, and excited to talk about just the experience in the competition.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've been in this for a long time. My first ever competition was 2014, so I've been in this for 10 years now. You've been in this for 8,
And I've also met Chris at World Finals.
I was a judge.
Yes, he was a judge. Every time I used to be so intimidated by Chris. I'm like, I have to be on my best behavior. He's judging me. He has to give me extra points for being nice. But
it's been an amazing journey, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you said 2016, so how old were you in 2016?
I was 12 years old.
12
Yes.
years old. Wow. Okay, and so as a 12-year-old girl starting in F1 in schools, right? What was the environment like? What was the scenario, right? How did you begin F1 in schools?
So it all started when I heard an after-school activity about F1 in schools was taking place. And I didn't know much about it, but I had an immense passion for F1. So I thought, why not join? I walk into the classroom. It is filled with boys. And I was intimidated. And I just joined in, sat in the corner quietly, and my design teacher comes with a stack of papers and drops it on the table. And he's like, this is a handbook of the competition. 150 pages. It was very scary at first, but we decided to hear more about the competition, and it was so intriguing to see so many different project elements and so many different technical aspects, marketing aspects coming together into making a team. And then I decided, why not participate with the people around me? And in the end of the competition, we became really good friends, and we still are today. So
That's awesome.
that's how it worked.
That's
how
amazing.
it started.
Yeah, I've seen your team. They're a thick group of friends, But I want to ask you something else. Is I understand that you actually still like F1, right? So you started. Was it because of F1 in schools that you started watching Formula One, or how did that happen?
So as a child, me and my dad always used to watch F1 together, and since then I've been engrossed in the sport. It's such an amazing sport
It is.
that has so many elements come together to make it happen.
It does.
And because of F1 in schools, I've had such amazing opportunities to meet drivers, to go to F1 races. It's really luxurious when you're in the competition. But
we're not gonna name drop here, It's
gotta
okay.
keep some confidentiality of who I met.
But so I'm really interested in that because you're a 12-year-old girl. I don't know, have you had any experience with STEM before this?
STEM learning hasn't been that much promoted besides this competition.
Okay.
I learned about STEM learning from this competition, and we made sure that this competition spreads STEM learning to other students around us. We included the F1 in schools in the curriculum of grade 6.
Oh, wow.
That was an initiative my team did, and so we were teaching them Formula Zara, how to make cars, about aerodynamics and other technical aspects, because STEM learning really changes how students think.
Right.
It's such an important aspect of how we think, how we approach choices and decisions. And thanks to F1 in schools, we got to integrate that in the grade 6 curriculum at my school.
That is awesome because I'm still wrapping my head around, okay, you're a 12-year-old, you want to start with F1 in schools. You know what Formula One is, right? You know what F1 is, but how do you make that connect? You walk in, like you said, you walk into a room full of guys, right? You have not the darnest clue what's happening. How do you move on from there? What did you specialize in? Because, Formula One teams, F1 in schools teams as well, you've got different areas you can specialize in, right? So what did you choose?
So for my first year, I decided to take a smaller role into portfolio writing, and I handled all the portfolios,
Small
writing,
role?
all that. Small role, I say, but it was like maybe 20 drafts of that portfolio I had to go through.
Right.
And I went through that, managed the scrutineering and the enterprise portfolio.
Wow.
And then from then, the next year, they're like, Zara, you're doing too little. Go as team leader. We've seen what you can do. And all the guys supported me and pushed me to go into team leader. And then I also joined another team, and they saw how good I was. I'm not trying to brag, but they saw how good I was team leading. And they're like, Zara, even though you're younger than us, you're the only girl. Just lead the team. And
Wow.
I've been team leader for most of my journey in F1
That is
schools.
amazing. Yeah. So you're the youngest in the team and you were the leader?
Yes.
Let's go. I was the youngest in my team as well.
See,
and
it's always
yeah.
the youngest that
Yeah,
are
it's
the most
always
like
the youngest.
wisest.
Wow, that's awesome. So you said you went into portfolio writing, right, and scrutineering, engineering. I assume you managed all the content, right?
Yes, yes.
And so what do you take away from that? Because 5 years in the program is a long time, right? So you must have learned something.
4 national competitions,
Wow.
2 world finals competitions.
Yikes.
I think I learned something.
Just a little bit.
I learned so much actually. I learned things from technical aspect. I learned about branding and marketing.
Wow.
And I also learned about just team collaboration. And I felt like no other competition at the time includes all these aspects
Yep.
together. And it's just an amazing experience for students to really practice and develop these skills, which I've carried that with me today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so now you say today, right? What does that look like? What are you doing right now? Because to me, creativity is quite a far concept. I'm doing computer engineering, right? Business is a good thing for me. I understand that. But creativity, totally foreign concept, right? So how do you manage that? What do you do in film school, actually?
Okay, so spoiler alert, I'm in film school right now.
Right.
I'm in my 2nd year, and I'm working on so many projects, music videos, short films, and a feature film.
Wow.
Fingers crossed. But I've carried so many skills from F1 in schools to becoming a student in film school. It might be very different at first glance, but there's so many similarities between the competition and my career. I learned about organizing the team, about organizing my time, and especially about marketing and distributing. So in film, we have to market our short films, our feature films, and you learn about out-of-the-box marketing in
Wow.
F1 in schools. And so I've had a practice of all these skills before, and that's what I bring to my team and to my crew, that I've practiced these skills, I understand about team dynamics, and that's what I offer to my crew, and I use these skills all the time, and it's been great.
That's
explaining
awesome.
that.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have to ask you this. Did you always think film would be a choice? Did you ever imagine film being a choice, or did it pop out of, nowhere?
Okay, so in school, I was never athletic. I was never studious. So I always felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And in F1 in schools, there was this one moment that sticks by me. It's the World Finals in Abu Dhabi in 2020, when the judges asked me, what am I going to do after F1 in schools? I'm 16. I have no idea what to do with my life. I felt like while I had skills, I wasn't really good at anything. And then over time, in F1 in schools, I got exposure to so many different careers. I got to experience becoming an engineer, which I realized is not for me. I should just leave it to the smart people. And then I also got experience in marketing and branding. And I really love that aspect of the competition. I learned about social media handling, content creation, and even just the storytelling aspect that you tell everyone about your team, the team identity and the story of how you came together, who you are, what you bring to
Right.
F1 in schools. I told judges, sponsors, participants around me in my school.
Parents.
Yes, parents. You have to really evoke emotions and
Yeah.
storytelling, and I love that aspect of it.
Wow.
And even portfolio writing, you have to be captivating.
Yeah.
And just having that control over what I want the audience to see really was something I enjoyed.
Wow.
And I decided from then that film, let me like do that and let me explore that, and decided why not take a leap of faith see how film goes. And then I also got the opportunity to be a presenter
Yeah,
at the Austin Schools Nationals. And with that, it solidified that I wanted to be in this career.
that is awesome.
It's been amazing.
And from there, from a 16-year-old who has no idea what she's going to do to having, fingers crossed, a feature film,
Yes.
that is such an amazing, like you said, leap of faith that you took. And I love that. I love that people that we've met in this program, right? You
Yes.
know this as well. People that we've met in this program, everybody's got a story like that, right? It's always about somehow, somewhere, they get into F1 in schools, it changes their life, and then they walk out thinking and knowing that there's so much more out there.
Yes.
And-
Like 12-year-old me didn't realize the scope that F1 in schools like presented.
Wow.
You learn so much, you get to experience so many things, and it was just because of that one meeting I stepped into, scared and intimidated, that I am here today. I met so many different people, I made so many meaningful connections, and I've learned that everyone is on their own path.
Wow.
While F1 in schools is a place that brings everyone together,
Mhm.
they're all in their different paths of engineering, of marketing, of branding, of film. It's great to see how diverse you can go and how the skills are so transferable to each career.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that everybody's on the same boat. Everybody's trying to figure themselves out, right?
Yeah.
But I love how all of us, one thing all the F1 in schools alumni have in common is F1 in schools was their turning point, right?
Yes.
It was something that helped them discover what they want to do, who they want to be, how they want to impact the world. And so I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Zara, for your time, right? She's a very busy film student, okay? So her being here right now is awesome. So Zara, if you have anything else to tell 12-year-olds, 16-year-olds, people, children, youngsters, students, whoever aren't sure, of what they want to do with their life, whoever is on that path of self-discovery, is there something you want to tell them?
To anyone watching this, my advice to you is that no dream is too big or too small, as you said. Sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. Explore what's around you, explore the different careers, see what you like, and it might take years, months, or some time for you to discover what you enjoy. But as long as you're actively searching for it and challenging yourself and putting yourself out there, it's going to come to you. Best of luck to anyone on this journey of self-discovery, and can't wait to see what you do.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Zara. Thank you so much for your time, for being here with us. And thank you so much to everyone listening and watching the Yas in Schools podcast. We will see you next time from the Yas in Schools Experience Center. This is Chris Jacob. See you next time.